Captain's log, stardate 4769762. The planet below looks like some kind of weird mixture between Mountain Dew and pink lemonade.
What is this shit, like Wreck-It Ralph?
This game is Starbound. It is the indie game from the developers Chucklefish, and it's a really cool. It's like mixing Commander Keen with like Minecraft in a 2D. And here I'm on my planet that I landed on and built this cool looking base. What's cool about this game is basically you land on a world, and there's like multiple, like, I mean, a ton of worlds. And you can build things by using resources on the land, like wood and things like that. And as you can see here, me blasting away just aliens with my awesome gun, so I can do that.
Can people come in and like wreck your stuff?
You can get servers, so you can play either by yourself or you can invite specific people to your server. There's a fee to have your own server, but it's not a lot. I think it's like almost the same cost as like a Ventrilo server. But if you play on the public servers, which are free, then yes, someone could come and mess with your stuff. That altar, I sacrifice everything I kill on the planet to. It's kind of like, you know, when the Americans, well, they weren't Americans at the time, but when the Pilgrims came and they just, you know, messed up everything on America. Same concept.
What the fuck? What were they, Aztecs in North America?
You're getting all wrapped up in specifics. There's no need to do that here.
I'm upset when people don't worship Cthulhu.
Well, I understand that. So it's cool because you end up being able to get all these different minerals, items, and things, and you combine them. I mean, it's a futuristic, so you're able to combine them and build things like what you see here. But as you explore the land, you also will find that some have alien races. Some are trying to attack you, some are friendly. But you can still attack them if, you know, they're friendly. You know, a lot like the Pilgrims.
Can you build like turrets to kill those things for you and farm them?
Yes, actually, you can build turrets and they'll kill them and they'll drop, I guess, like equivalent to money that is used to buy some things in the game. But for the most part, a lot of the really good things that you can make, you go underground and you start digging into the ground, and then you can find like lost civilizations, ancient ruins, things like that. Here, I made a light sauna just because I can.
Why do you go into the sauna with your clothes on?
She's shy.
Can they?
Actually, if you sleep in a bed, you strip down to your bra and panties. So, I mean, if you're really hard up for pixelated boobies, there you go.
Oh, okay, so it's got all growing boy needs.
Yes, growing boy. So you put together your tools like a pickaxe and, you know, just a regular axe to go chop down trees. You can find weapons. You can plant things. I mean, there's like so much you can do, and the cool thing is that you eventually can collect enough minerals to put fuel in your ship, and then you can go to other lands where things are a lot more difficult. You'll even find like cities, alien cities, and there you could actually buy things, trade things, stuff like that.
Oh,
See, there you go. There she is in her bra and panties. For, you know, are you happy with your money shot?
can you zoom in?
I'll have to talk to the developers about adding that mod for you. Which, by the way, there is a thriving mod community for this game, so I wouldn't be surprised if there's something like that. So you can also upgrade and build your armor and weapons because as you advance, you'll find tougher and tougher enemies. So you start off with just like your basic clothing, and there are space conditions. So there's places where it's like snowing, and you need to wear something that keeps you from freezing. Of course, you can build campfires, but then you can't roam around. There's also areas that have like a lot of lava, and there's some places that are like moons where there's no oxygen, so you need a spacesuit.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of like Don't Starve with Minecraft.
What's interesting about this game is just how many things you end up building. I mean, like, if this isn't your type of game, it'll seem boring. But for me, I was the kind of kid that would get the Legos and not the ones that told you what to build. The ones were just a bunch of random pieces. And I would build all types of things from crazy cars that could never drive to planes that could never fly. And with here, you end up building your own land. And what's really cool is if you have a bunch of friends, like here I was playing with like four of my friends, they'll build their bases either next to yours or a little bit away, and then you get to see different people's architecture.
How come you have like only one stairway in your freaking castle?
This was Ash's building, so I actually no, this was Mark's building. So you have to ask him why you have to have Michael Jordan hops to get up there. You think that if you were dropped off on a alien world like this, you think you'd be able to survive?
Can I eat other people?
If you must.
Then the answer is yes.
The cool thing is it encourages you to explore, obviously, to gather things, but just when you think, okay, you're digging underground and you'll eventually reach the core. And then, you'll say, okay, well, that must be it. But the idea is to actually search and explore. So, I mean, you can literally spend hours on one planet, and there's like hundreds, maybe even thousands of planets of various sizes out there. So, I mean, if this is the type of your game, like a Minecraft building, exploring type game, you'll never run out of, interesting things. And if you search on the web, you'll see where people have built incredible homes, bases, everything that, put mine to shame.
Yeah, it's like the game generates its own content with the community.
Yeah, like most of the pieces that you see there, they're like in gold, like that bird type symbol. You find actually, and you can, steal it. So you like use your little shrinking machine to steal it. Now, what you see out I have is I found a book of music that I can play with instruments that I found. Look at her jamming out with her hipster glasses. It's like a Billy Joel concert.
Except without Elton John playing everything.
So this game is still considered like in beta. So there's things that have changed since I recorded this. They're always adding things, and it's really cool because they're really receptive to the people who, play the game. I got this, I think, for $10 to $12 on Green Man Gaming. You can also get on Steam. I doubt it's over 15. I think I mean, I had like a little coupon, so I think regular price was like $14, $15 or something like that. And the cool thing is, like I said, like people will say, oh, what about this? What about that? And yeah, it's in beta, and sometimes they'll say, oh, well, it's in beta, that's why this is so. But people who love these type of games will suggest things, and they've added it, or at least said that they would add it in future incarnations of this game.
Yeah, I think I've seen it on sale sometimes on Steam.
If you could build anything on an alien world, what would you build?
A doomsday machine
To kill what? How do you know anyone's even there?
to kill the world.
There's a dark darkness in you, my friend.
Yeah, and today I'm actually having a good day.
I think I found out how to make coffee, and I think that's very important. If you're going to be stuck on an island or a world or wherever, you gotta at least get coffee first. Or for you, I guess it's human flesh.
Yes, that tastes like coffee for some reason.
Those birds look so cute, and yet
They must die.
so there's different things. Like if you use a bow, then you're more likely to get meat from whatever you killed. Where if you use the gun, you're pretty much gonna like vaporize it. So some even though you may end up with better weapons, it's better to sometimes switch. So I think with if you use like blades or hammers, it could be 50-50. And then you use the meat to make different foods that can give you status effects and things like that.
Yeah, so it's kind of realistic then. You don't contaminate the meat.
I was really surprised because at first when I saw like games like Minecraft, I was like, oh, I'm not really interested in it. But I really understand how much you can get into just tweaking your home. I mean, it seems silly, but I started off with like a little cabin, and then you just keep adding and adding and adding, and next thing you know, I'm way up in the sky with this monstrosity. Now it gets crazy later because you could end up finding like people, and you could even make clones. So, you know, um, you have a pretty sick mind, Ignacio. So this will interest you. You actually can end up making clones, and I ended up making a clone, and I locked it in a dungeon just to see what would happen.
Oh, that's reminds me of my childhood.
I'm not even gonna ask about that.
Well, it reminds me of Clone 14's childhood. Sorry about that.
What every house needs, a roving buzzsaw.
Are you gonna jump on it?
No. She does look like she's thinking about it, right?
Oh yeah. Make that fucker fall on the buzzsaw. Oh, I told you should have put it there. Let me just
Hey,
go to
look,
sleep.
yes, you guys sleep. That's also you heal by sleeping, in case you haven't known. I just don't know how she's just willing to be like, hey, let me just rip off all my clothes down to my underwear and fall asleep on this alien world. So this is your ship, and here you can store items, you can do little decorations, and you have different star maps. Now, there are actually some objectives, and in the future there'll be like a lot more. And what happens is like when you meet an objective, you'll get like a star map, and then you'll be able to go other places. So here you can have two places. You can have where your ship is at, and then where your home base is. So me, I made a place. I made my ship over a planet that I want to explore, and as you see, I just walk around killing anything that's there. As far as fuel, it mainly uses coal, and you can use a couple of items to transfer various things into coal so that you can fly to different worlds and find different things.
So basically, you're doing what a regular human would do, just basically to just kill everything on the alien planet.
Yep. See, like here, like is just tower for some reason. I don't know why it's there, but you could say, okay, hey, look at those flood lamps, and then you use your little mystical tool, as you'll see me doing here. And if you get close enough, you can pull it off, and then you pick it up, and then now it's yours. So that's how you'll get items that are already crafted, and you can get things like that to put in your house. You can use that tool basically to pull anything off the world. You don't want to use it for like digging or anything. You want to use your pickaxe and stuff like that, because if you use it for digging, it's super, super slow. But if you want anything, like if I wanted those doors, if I wanted that flaming can, I could just use that tool to take it. And it shrinks too.
So you're just going around killing everything and stealing everything in this game?
I told you, like the pilgrims.
Oh. Yeah, I almost said something fucked up.
See, and you can use the tool to take items that you, like, dirt or gravel or concrete or whatever, and you can use that to build bridges and like just to get to wherever you need to go.
Do they have terrorism in this game?
What would you define as terrorism?
Like, can't you just blow up that tower for no fucking reason?
Not as of yet. I mean, you can tear it down, but it's not like you have a weapon so powerful like a nuke. See, you can use your pickaxe to get different things, and it'll tell you what it is, like dry stone, dry sand, concrete, whatever. And later on, you can upgrade and get a drill so you do it faster. So this was like some temple that I discovered, and I ransacked a bunch of it already, but you can go inside, and sometimes you'll find like alien beings with weapons who don't really like that you showed up there.
We come in peace, and then you kill them.
Yes, and you go in pieces. And one of the things you use the most is torches, which you create yourself. And, because most of the stuff down here was like dark. There might be an altar or something that has light. But for the most part, it's dark under here, so we use the torch to create light. And that little thing on my back has a little light too, but it's very dim.
So this is where you perform your dark rituals?
Yes. This is where I would prepare your human meat feast.
You mean alien meat feast?
Oh yeah, of course. We would never kill the people that came to the planet with us. I think she's looking to see if there's a subway down there.
The restaurant or the vehicle?
The restaurant, of course.
Oh. Okay.
There's subways everywhere, so I was just expecting to come across one. Oh look, beds down here for like no reason.
Why don't you sleep on it?
I mean, she's daring, man. It's like, you know what? I can just sleep anywhere. It doesn't matter. Just take off my clothes and go to bed.
The party girl. She a hoe.
There's no evidence of that yet.
The music's pretty cool.
Yeah, I think it really fits in, with the game. If you get attacked or something, it'll change. It really does flow well, and they said that there's going to be like more soundtracks, more instruments that you can find, so it's pretty cool.
Do you have like the gun that Batman has to climb?
I don't, but man, I wouldn't be surprised if it's not in here because I've found like freeze guns, flamethrowers, everything.
Did I just hear a sheep?
It probably sounded like one.
Why is she having an orgasm?
I was just waiting for you to say that because I knew you were going to say that. When I first heard her, I was like, yeah. When he hears this, he's going to say something like that. Journey to the center of the earth. Hi ho, hi ho, it's off to work we go. It's really cool because you'll hear different alien beings, and most of them are probably hostile. So you gotta be on your guard and stay on your toes. Keep that rifle ready.
Wow. Like you fucking murdered him and he stood no chance.
And I'm killing that smiley looking one for no reason. I don't know, it looks too happy. I can't have anything that's happy.
That is true. Throw like a grenade down there or something, like napalm.
There actually are some grenades in the game, but I don't know, I like to get up close and personal.
There's that noise again.
Between that and the semi-nudity, you're in heaven.
Even though it's 8-bit, yes.
Hey, sometimes you gotta work with what you got. So like that darker material, that's coal. So you collect that, and you use a little bit of coal in order to make your torch, but you also collect it to power your ship.
Is your ship like a locomotive or something?
It's kind of like like the flux capacitor or something. Mr. Fusion. You could just throw almost anything in it. In this case, that anything is coal.
Just make those 3 vile things from Back to the Future 3 that makes the locomotive explode different colors.
It's like the Crayola vials.
Yeah.
Oh, look, bones. Must be a garden.
America. animal looks like it was scared of you and you just murdered the shit out of it.
Yeah, the currency is called pixels, by the way, which I always thought was pretty cool. She's got to have like Hulk Hogan arms by now.
Yeah, and like a really strong back, because how the hell is she carrying all this shit?
Yeah, I mean, literally anything in the game you can pick up. Even what you see is like the background, you can actually grab that as well. Oh,
Oh
see,
yeah.
it bit me, man. Look at that. That's no sheep I've ever seen that bites like that.
Oh,
Now,
cool. You got silver.
as you upgrade your pickaxe to a drill, you can even upgrade the drill from like I think it's copper, silver, gold, and then diamond drill. So you end up being able to mine much quicker. I just have a gold pickaxe for this recording, but later on I upgraded to the diamond drill, and it's like much faster. Just like what coal miners do. They just spend all day down here doing this. I mean, this is better than like P90X. I'm gonna assume that probably what happens is when she gets all these items, it's kind of like how Link he had all these weapons, but you were like, how do you carry it? And then in the cartoon, he had like this mystical weightless pouch where everything would just flow into it, and then he could carry around all his items without suffering any weight effects.
Yeah, it's like a bag of holding.
Yeah, there you go.
So basically, this is a game about being like a space hoarder.
Yes, exactly. You collect a lot of items and you keep it in your house, and then when your house gets too big, you build another house, which is probably what hoarders would be able to do if they had the money.
Does your family come and take your house away and put you in a mental home, or?
I don't think that they've added the intervention level yet, but that may be coming in a future expansion.
Or there's a mod for it.
So for some reason, there's a chili seed in a chest miles beneath the Earth or planet.
Yeah, like the ancient ones must have left it or something.
And now I'll add it to my chili, and it'll be the best chili ever.
Murder that motherfucker.
So you gotta take a bath first. Even underwater, while trying to breathe, she can still swing that axe at the same speed. I'm
Yeah, of
telling
course.
you, man, hardcore.
She's like, kill me, I'm right here.
We're gonna pump you up.
Wait, does that water fall down if like you make a hole? Oh, look at that.
There's your answer. And it rains, so you know I've seen people that have built like pools and stuff like that, and you just have to build it so it collects and holds the water. So I don't think the water dries up yet. I don't know. I don't think they've added that to the game, but it definitely does rain, and you can collect it.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's definitely fun. I mean, you know, if this type of searching, building, exploration isn't your thing, then yeah, it'll seem kind of boring. But I mean, I love it. So um, I'm keeping an eye on the project and different changes that are coming forth. Now, if you look at the bottom left, that item that's spinning around, it actually like when you open it, it'll give you like either a negative or positive effect. So it might poison you, or it might give you speed, or it might give you health. You don't know.
So are you gonna get it or what?
Nah, man, she wants that. I think it's copper. Man, gotta get that copper, son.
Next
There's
week on
different.
orders.
It's funny because it's what's really cool about the game is something is much harder to mine than others. So I mean, you'll find like obsidian rock, like this one. It takes a lot to mine it, where you know you'll get like white stone or soft stone, and you're able to pick it and get to it quicker. Of course, dirt, sand, anything like that, you know, one swing and you've got it. So there's that type of physics types in the game. And that's what happens. Like you'll start mining, and then you'll be like, "Oh, look, gold. Oh, look, copper," and you're like, "I just got to get it." And you'll just spend time trying to collect as much as you can because the more advanced minerals you use to build better things.
And do they have like skill points? Like if you mine like a million times, do you get skill points? Or how does it work?
No, mainly it's just whatever you mine, you're using it to either upgrade or build something. Um, there isn't like a specific skill for like mining. They basically use it like, okay, if you build all these things, these components, now you can make a diamond drill. And sometimes, like if it's an advanced component, it might be off of like a really big monster or something you have to summon. Because, like I said, there's some objectives. There'll be more, and one of the objectives you end up building like a communications device to try and like contact, I guess, someone friendly, but someone who's not friendly ends up showing up. But when you defeat them, you actually end up getting cool items from them, which is important to later things that you're trying to build. Huh, it doesn't look like it did anything.
Yeah.
It's cool too. When you're underwater, everything is like muffled, so it sounds like how things would if you're underwater. So, in a nutshell, this is Starbound. I mean, there's a lot more. I mean, don't get me wrong. You could build a lot of things. There's like tons of different worlds, and like I said, the worlds get cooler and cooler the farther you go. You end up going to a city that has like neon lights and all types of aliens and stuff like that. So, I mean, you guys should go check it out. You can check it out at starbound.com, and I think that if you like these type of games, it's actually playstarbound.com. If you go there, you'll be able to check it out, and it's really awesome. What do you think, Ignacio? You liking it?
Yeah, it looks like a fun game for people that like exploring a lot.
Definitely, definitely. Well, that is Mame of the Game. The game today was Starbound by Chucklefish. And we'll be back with another episode real soon. But until again, never stop gaming.